They're fighting improper sealing of O-rings, of injectors into the new Pro Tuners rail and all that kind of stuff. I finally decided to break out some measuring equipment and try to figure out what's going on. This is a new injector. It has a leak right in this area here where it stabs into the cylinder head. Okay, but upon closer examination, I think it's pretty obvious the problem here is that these injectors are not the same length. Specifically, from this dimension to this dimension and this dimension to this dimension are significantly different. This is here. Compare that to this. There to there. So these will never seal tightly using the stock hardware, and in order for the Pro Tuners thing to work, it has to, I mean, I can see why these should work if you don't use the stock hardware to mount them to the head. The problem with that is if you use the injector rail as designed, this angle here is so critical for fitment, and it has to press up tight, and if you don't get that exactly right, it's going to leak. For these kind of seals to work, it's not an O-ring, it's a compression situation. It presses into a base. Those things are designed for O-rings that slip into a cylinder, which will seal easily. But when you're pressing a ring into a base, if the pressure isn't perfectly even, it will not seal, which is what I'm running into. So the fix for that, in my opinion, is to go ahead and use the Pro Tuners rail for this junction here. That works great. But you still are going to have to also use the mounting hardware to pull these up tight against the head. I mean, it's just the way it's going to have to be. Otherwise, you'll be fighting leaks forever. I don't know if any other people have run into this problem or not. But the solution, in my opinion, all we need to do is bring this injector down, you know, I'll measure it exactly, but maybe a millimeter or two this way to make it have the same dimensions here as far as how far it's stabbing into the head. In other words, the distance between here and here has got to be consistent, here to here. And the way to make all that work right is going to be to take this little plastic piece, fortunately it's made out of plastic, and take off a very prescribed amount of material from both sides evenly across all 6 of these things, which will effectively cause the injector to go deeper into the head, which will press it deeper into the mounting area. So I think we have a solution here. I was thinking it was something with these gaskets, these aftermarket washers, but there's no way. I mean, just by looking at it, you can see that. Look at the snout of those things. You can just see that one's going a lot further in than that one. Okay, so there's no way that was going to ever seal properly. That's why what's happening is these O-rings are setting in there. They're not getting any compression, which is not expanding them to fit around the outside edge of the cylinder head hole or this. And again, if you didn't use any of this mounting hardware and you just relied on the pressure exerted by the fuel rail to jam them in, and theoretically you could just pull that rail in tight enough to make it work. But I had real problems with that. That rail mounting has like 3 mounting points. Yeah, if you twist it ever so slightly one way or the other, it's not going to be consistent, and I doubt you could really exert pressure evenly across all 6 injectors to make that work perfect. Plus, you're now expecting the rail to also exert downward pressure, which I don't think it was ever designed for that. It looks like it was designed to hold these ends into a socket and supply fuel, not exert pressure this way. Anyway, so we got a solution, and we'll be working on that. Like I said, I got to make up a fixture that will allow a consistent removal of material from these 2 pieces, so that I get evenly 6 of these exactly shortened the correct amount to put these in so they match the stock setup. Anyway, more on that later. Thanks for watching. Bye.